It's a Monday night. You know what that means. It means it's time for a TBI Parish meeting. Quite a few of you in here tonight. 18 already. That's pretty good. It's good to see a healthy number. Good to see a healthy number. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm just finishing up something on my machine here. So, okay. All right. How are we all then? Are we good? Are we good? Have we had a good week? Did we get wet this week? It snowed a little bit here earlier in the week, so that was fun. Not heavy snow. It was sleet more than anything else. It was cold though, really, really cold. So yeah. Hopefully it's going to be better this week. I'm not going to get wet this time. You may have noticed I've had. It's going to be better this week. Hang on. Sorry about that. You may have noticed I've had my locks trimmed a little bit. Courtesy of Mrs. TVI. Done a good job. Definitely needed it. It was getting a bit long. But in the winter, I tend to keep it quite long because it keeps my head warm. So it's a bonus, isn't it? Okay. Right, let's get down to business then. I've actually put in the agenda the answer for this week's Guess Where I Am. I actually didn't do a Guess Where I Am this week, so I can't give you an answer for it. There will be one this week, though. I will promise you that. I'll give you this week's filming locations, though. I'm up Harrogate again this week, so if you live up there, you may spot me. I'm heading to an area between Harrogate and Wetherby, actually. Don't know a lot about it, but we'll soon find out. I'm going to Kirkdeaton, the other Deaton, which I can't remember, North Deaton, Little Ribston, Spofforth with Stockhold, Follyfoot, Plumpton, Goldsborough, and Flaxby. I suppose now I remember all these places, isn't it? Don't know a thing about any of them, so you know, could be interesting. We'll soon find out. I know Spofforth has got a castle, which I'm sure you'll like, but that's about all I do know, to be fair, about that area. So yeah, we'll see what happens, shall we? That Harrogate series, I've got to admit, I am on the quiet enjoying it. It doesn't get many views because I think it's because nobody in Harrogate really knows me, and nobody sort of has that much interest in what I do up there. It's funny, really, because both Leeds and York were quite popular, but you know, the further up into North Yorkshire I go, the sort of less interest it seems to be. Don't know why. But yeah, on the quiet, I'm quite enjoying it. So I'm just going to continue doing it. You know, not going to change anything for me, and I'm sure you guys are enjoying the episodes as well. So yeah, that's where I'm going to be this week. Alice says Follyfoot used to be an old TV series. Did it? Spelt differently, actually. That because the Follyfoot I'm going to spelt with an I and not a Y, so it's probably not related. So we'll see. Let's go scroll back up these comments for a second, see what else has been said. Just not much, to be fair. Keep your comments coming in. I do respond to them occasionally, as you know. Right, let's go for the next thing on the agenda then. And I've written for number 2, last week's members meeting catch-up. Now, obviously, last week was a members meeting, so not all of you would have seen what happened last week. It was quite an interesting one, wasn't it? We did some interesting stuff in last week's members meeting. One of the things we did, I don't know whether Catwoman Jones is Catwoman Jones here. Just say hello if you're here, Catwoman Jones. I know you normally are in these full meetings. A couple of weeks ago, yes. There you are, right on cue. Hello. We remembered last week that you said you wanted me to go back to Warwickshire. And so I came up with this little sort of game, wasn't it? Where I decided where I'm going to go in Warwickshire next. Now the idea is I'm going to go back to that particular county when I finish the East Riding, and I decided I'm going to start Warwick. the district of Warwick. 32 to visit in that one, so it's not the biggest in the world. And we played this little game where we eliminated each one by one until we finally got down to just one that was left. And that's the one that Warwick will start with. And just for you, Catwoman Jones, that place is Radford Samel, near Leamington Spa. Don't know whether you know it, but that's where I should be going straight after the East Riding. So look out for me there if you're anywhere close. Of course, I will be doing more than just that when I go there. I should be doing a few more around there. You know, not gonna do just that one. It's quite a big place, as we saw on the map. If you remember, members, it was a fairly biggish place. 2,500 people lived there. It's not a small village by any stretch of the imagination. It's not like the place I put out today, Langton, which has got barely 100. So yeah, that'll be the place I go to next in Warwickshire. So, pronounced Semelri. Semelri. Is that right? Or am I pronouncing that wrong again? Semeli. Oh, Semeli. All right, like simile. All right, okay. Just with an E. Semeli. Reminds me of semolina. You guys like it out there, like a bit of semolina? It's like rice pudding, isn't it? I haven't had that in years. It's amazing. It was a good laugh, Alice. Yeah, it was. It was fun. And I probably will do that kind of thing again in the future. So that's that. We also decided last week provisionally what date the last East Riding episode is going to be. September the 7th, we said, but that's not finalized yet. It's just penciled in at the moment. So don't quote me on it just yet. So yeah, that's that. Something else big that happened this week is the channel hit 9,000 subscribers. It kind of did it quietly, but I've been looking at it virtually every day for the past couple of months because I knew it was getting close, and it finally hit it. I think it was on Thursday it happened. So that's pretty good, isn't it? 9,000. It's quite amazing. I never thought I'd get to 1,000, let alone 9,000. It's quite mental, really. So now that we're at 9,000, we're less than 1,000 away from 10. And of course, at 10,000, that's when something rather special is going to happen. Now, only the members know about this at the moment, but I will tell you all about it right now because there's no time like the present. When we hit 10,000, there will be a 10,000 subscriber special. And in June, myself and the good lady wife, Mrs. TVI over there, are going to go and film this 10,000 subscriber special, and it will be in our glorious capital city of London. And the idea is we will go right to the centre of London, the city of London.
The original village.
Yeah, Nikki calls it the original village. And we will basically film the city. We're not going all over the Greater London because that would be ridiculous. I'd need several tube trains to do that. We're staying within.
Talking about the square mile.
Yeah, we're talking about the square mile. So places such like as St Paul's Cathedral and the Tower Bridge and Blackfriars and Fenchurch Street and Liverpool Street Station, all the gates like Cripplegate and
London Wall.
The other gates, wherever they are, the London Wall. Yeah, so
we're also going to be looking for stuff that's off the beaten track. It's not on the tourist trail.
Yeah, because everybody knows these big landmarks, and we will cover the big landmarks. We will, but there are parts of London that people haven't seen, and it'd be great to sort of capture them as well. I mean, I'm sure you guys know that when I'm in a village, a town, whatever, I don't necessarily stick to the big stuff. If I find something really small that I like, I will capture it, and it's going to be the same in London. There's no reason to not. There could be something interesting down there that nobody knows about. Soon find out. So yeah, the boundaries will be restricted to the square mile. So don't expect to see things like the Houses of Parliament or Big Ben or I think it's Wimbledon or the London Eye or stuff like that, because they're not within the square mile. Buckingham Palace, all that kind of stuff. All that is not within the square mile. Big London landmarks, people know them, but they're not within that little bit just on the northern bank of the Thames there. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
We're going to film it on the weekend when there's no bugger in the city.
Yeah. And that's true as well, because at the weekend, we've done this before, haven't we? We've been to London to the square mile on a weekend, and trust me, on a Saturday, you have basically got the city to yourself. There is nobody there. It's like a ghost town, isn't it? It really is. But it's the ideal time to do it, because during the week the place is rammed with businessmen and bankers and all sorts of other people that make this country go round, I suppose. And you can't breathe because there's just no.
London will be busy, it always is.
Yeah.
Everywhere else will.
Yeah, the tower will be busy, but that's about it. But yeah, that's what the plan is. And when you think about it, doing it is only like doing a big village, because the population of that square mile is only 7,500, I think, something along them lines.
I thought it was about 9.
I might have to get. Well, it might have increased, but last I knew it was about 7,500. I can find this out if you just bear with me.
School?
Yeah, there's one school. One school. It's a primary school.
A heck of a village hall in the Guildhall, isn't it?
Have we seen that school? I'm not sure if we've seen that school, have we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got my laptop in front of me here, so I'm just going to Google and see what the population is of the city of London at the moment. Last I knew, it was 7,500, but it probably has increased now. It's difficult to type when I'm doing it. So, right, city of London, that one. It is 8,583.
I was closer.
Apparently. So, yeah, you were actually. Yeah, you were closer. So it has gone up since I last knew. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Because obviously it's not something I would normally do. It is an unparished area. So, it's not like it's a normal video by any stretch of the imagination. It's like it's a whole county as well. The city of London is its own county. So effectively it's covering a whole county in one day, isn't it?
Well, it's the original place where villages were formed, isn't it? And where, the Romans came and they started to lay down population. It was one of the first places, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think the first Roman city was Colchester, I believe.
Well, yeah, but London was a major port and centre of business and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we'll soon find out anyway. Right, I'm just going to go through some comments here because I did see a couple which I noticed while I was talking about that. Carol, remind me, I told you about the Post one. Did you check it out? What was that about? That's a couple of weeks ago, that Carol. So, memories probably escaped me there. Just remind me. Steve says, sorry if I've missed previous discussions on this. Are you planning to visit any Shropshire villages this year? Don't think so, Steve. To be fair, I'm probably not going to get to Shropshire this year, but I will eventually. There are certain counties I've not been to yet. I know.
You've not been to Shropshire?
Not yet. No, not been to Shropshire yet. Not at all.
Oh.
I will do. Of course, I will. So, Postman's Park, says Carol. I'm sorry, Carol. I can't remember that. Like I said, I've had a sleep since then. It was a couple of weeks ago, to be fair. So, in a members meeting. So yeah. Now you all know what the plan is. The plan for releasing this 10,000 sub special is going to be probably in December. So The reason for that,
when we get to 10,000 subs, won't it?
yeah, we're going to get to 10,000 before December.
So why are you not going to release it when you get to 10,000?
Because it's probably going to take me a long time to make it.
Yeah, I know you'll have it ready in 2 minutes.
We'll see. I don't know. But the plan is to release it in December. At the moment, it may change. I don't know, but that's the sort of tentative sort of because I've got to actually get to 10,000 first. I know I'm a million miles away, but it could take another 2 or 3 months yet before we actually hit it. So there's factors at play, but the long-term plan is in December. So yeah, that is the plan with the 10,000 subs. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. The next thing I've written, I've just put this as media interest. Now, what this is referring to, you guys obviously know that from time to time, I do get the odd radio interview, I get the odd newspaper article, all that kind of stuff. It's become sort of normal. Now, the last time I was on any kind of media was when I was on Alfred in Shaftesbury, and that was a couple of weeks ago. What I'm wanting, though, I'm actually wanting. This is going to sound horrible, but I'm actually wanting like a bit more. If you know what I mean. It's become a bit sporadic. I don't get on these sort of radio shows and newspaper articles and stuff. I don't get on them not nearly as much as I would like to. And I'm not saying that to sound selfish, because that's not the idea. Every time I get a bit of media interest, the channel sort of develops a bit more, if you know what I mean. Viewership seems to go up. People are more interested for a bit longer. There's always like a spike, if you know what I mean. But because that's not happened on a regular basis over the last sort of few months, weeks, however long, things have got a bit flat. So what I'm wanting to know, and you can DM me this, you can put it in the comments, I don't mind. I want to know if any of you guys know anywhere that might be interested in the story of me and what I do. So it could be a local radio show that you know. It could be a newspaper that you know. It could be an independent TV station. If you've got some kind of contact in the media, anything really, anywhere that sort of publishes stuff about local people or quirky stuff.
Parish magazines, anything.
Yeah, even things like that. I've been in a couple of them.
Newsletters, online forums.
Yeah, websites, absolutely. All that kind of stuff. If you know anybody that would be interested in covering me and what I do, like I said, it's not for me. This is for the channel's good, not for me. I'm not doing this to be selfish. I'm not arrogant. I'm not that kind of person. I'm sure you know that. It's really just to help everything out and make sure it just keeps ticking over and ticking over, because the more it does, the more I can do. So, if you've got anybody who has sort of interests like this, contacts in any kind of media, really, let them know, see what they think. You can point them in my direction anyhow you like. You know me, I'm contactable pretty much everywhere. I have the Facebook, I have the Instagram, I have the TikTok, I have the, what else have I got? I've got every social media going.
And YouTube, leave a comment.
There are plenty of ways to contact me. Normally when people do contact me, it's usually through Facebook inbox. That's the easiest way of doing it. But the only thing that I will never give out is my phone number. I know, obviously, sometimes people have contacted me via phone because they've had it for a different reason. When I was on the Channel 4 show, for example. So yeah, if you've got anybody who could help out, then you know what to do. You can play your part in the TVI experience, I suppose. Like I said, it's not really for me. It's for the whole channel, So yeah. If you could if you could do that, that would be mega helpful. Something for you to think about anyway. And that's it. That's all I had to talk about myself this week. So down to you. Down to you. We've got another 10 minutes or so. Still got 24 people in here, which is really good. Good to see so many people joining in. There might be a few new faces in actually this week. Had a few new people come on board. I had a lot of people interested in the whole experience, as it were. When I put Bert and Joyce out, I had a lot of people join at that point. I think that was a very anticipated one, that Bert and Joyce. I know people like that. It was a fun episode to make as well. Nice and flat as well. There was no hills involved in it really, so didn't get out of breath. There might be some hills involved tomorrow in Harrogate. There always is. Let's have a look at a couple of comments. Let's go back a bit. Dave says, hi, Andy. How are you, mate? From Australia there. I'm all good, pal. I'm all good, pal. How's life in Australia?
How's the weather?
How's the weather? Well,
I've got a friend over there that says that they've been on cyclone watch.
Yeah.
And the weather's very changeable at the moment.
Well, it's your summertime, isn't it, Dave?
The weather's very changeable between storms and so.
It's still winter here, so it's definitely still your summer, isn't it? Let's see. Steve Gilbert, no worries. You're doing a sterling job getting around all the places you are. We're still enjoying the East Yorkshire episodes. You know what, Steve? The East Yorkshire episodes, they're so popular. I don't know why they are. I don't know why the East Yorkshire series is so popular, but it just is.
But, you know, if you are enjoying the episodes, give them, if you're on social media, give them a share.
Indeed. It all helps.
Somebody else will find value in them. Let's get it out there.
Indeedy. Could maybe do with another appearance on Look North. See what Peter Levy has to say these days. I don't know whether you guys have seen that segment I did on Look North a few years ago now. It was a long time back. Peter Levy was quite scathing about it, I suppose, at the end. He said good luck, but I'm not sure he was convinced I was doing it. Going to do it the whole thing, but just how he is. Let's see. Alice says, John B. Tannen at Mansfield 103.2 when you do Warsip. Doesn't have to be when I do Warsip, Alice, to be fair. I mean, I've got a few others to do around there. As you know, I've still got to do the likes of Ravenshead and Newstead and Calverton. They're all that way, aren't they? Brinsley, Strelly. I'm just thinking off the top of my head here what's left out there. Not a lot, to be fair. Nottinghamshire doesn't have much left now. It's mainly Rushcliffe that's left now in Nottinghamshire, as you know. I wrote this all out for somebody earlier, how many were left in Nottinghamshire, and I surprised myself with how little there is left. So, you know. Mike says, just a thought, Andy, don't have any contact myself, but wonder if Daisy Beck, who do Channel 5 Yorkshire series, the Yorkshire Vet, and Cannon All Far might be interesting in some way. They could be. Cannon Hall. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. I was wondering what Cannon Hall was. There might be. Yeah. I mean, anyone's good. It doesn't matter to me. Catwoman Jones, when are you coming to Warwickshire? The Rugby Advertiser newspaper, which covers Warwickshire, would probably do an article. Well, the idea is, Catwoman Jones, to go back to Warwickshire when I finish the East Riding. Now, that's obviously a way away because I've still got... Oh, I've forgotten how many's left now. How many's left in the East Riding, anybody? Bert and Agnes, you just had that. That was 140, wasn't it? So there should be 32 left. So that's another 32 weeks yet. So it's probably a bit less than that, actually. So it'll be a while. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, I don't have to be coming, like I said to Alice a minute ago, I don't have to be coming there to do it. They can interview me beforehand. It doesn't matter. Bit of anticipation, because that's what the radio station in Shaftesbury did. They spoke to me a couple of weeks before I went down there because one of my subscribers told them I was going down there, and they sort of did the rest. the great thing about that is that the guy who spoke to me down there was able then to catch me on the day I was actually in the town. So it doesn't. I don't have to be there to do an interview. It can be before. It doesn't matter. So a bit of anticipation always helps. Let's see. Might end up with a Village Idiot TV series, says Alice. I mean, people have said before that I do have a presenter's voice. I can't see it myself. I really can't. And you know what? If I did have a TV series, they would probably struggle to even make one episode because the amount of retakes I do of stuff is ridiculous. I don't just mean filming. I mean with voiceover as well. If you heard some of the mistakes I made while I'm trying to commentate on my own videos, you'd be astounded. Dear, let's see. Dave, the weather is crazy here. Hot and thunderstorms one day, reaching for a jacket the next day. Just hit autumn now. Is that about right from what your friends said? Yeah. I can believe it. Okay. Let's see. Peter Levy moans about everything. Well, it's true. True, he does. You're right. I always thought he works well with Paul, though. I don't think he'd be the same without Paul, would he? You know. For those of you out there who don't know who these people are, this is BBC Look North, up here in East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. The area covered sort of. It covers like Hull and Lincolnshire and all that kind of stuff. These are the two presenters. One's the weather guy and one's the actual newsreader, and they have this sort of on-screen chemistry, which is like no other anywhere in the country, or at least none I know of. So yeah. Let's see. John lives in Warsaw. Oh, is that the guy, the radio guy, Alice? John, scroll back up. Yeah. Well, if he lives in Warsaw, then obviously he can catch me when I'm there, I suppose. Carol, you have different levels in your voice, Andy, and natural makes what you do interesting. You see, I don't think my voice is that interesting. You know, sometimes when I'm talking, if I'm speaking in like a voiceover, I often think to myself, that sounded boring. And then when I listen to it back, it doesn't sound anything like boring. There is a difference, you know, when you're recording and when you're listening, there is a difference. I do try to be funny sometimes, but I don't have a natural sense of humor. That's my problem. I'm not naturally funny. If I do put a joke in occasionally, it's kind of like a flash in the pan, if you know what I mean. It's not a...
It's usually some sort of pun.
Yeah, it's usually a pun of some kind. I mean, I put one in the Bert and Joyce episode, if you remember, when in the intro, when I was talking about Gavin and Stacey. But with a terrible Welsh accent, by the way. But that one sort of lent itself to that. There was an opportunity for it. I'm not naturally funny. I can't put jokes in every episode. I wish I could, but I'm just not that funny. I'm just not. I find things funny. You know, I do laugh about stuff all the time. But as far as, you know, being funny, I'm certainly no comedian. So, oh, yeah, sorry, Catwoman Jones. I did see that earlier and I forgot to say something. Yes, I do have a big birthday very soon. 40.
No, you're not. You're between 39 and 41.
I'm between 39 and 41, yes. Yes, I'm going to be 40 in literally a few days' time. Sure some of you know when my actual birthday is, but all I'm going to say is in a couple of days, I'm not going to be in my 30s anymore, which is scary, very scary. I'm going to be 40, and it's kind of like, how did I get this? How did I get to this age? I can still remember being 18. You know, I can still remember being at school. It's just flown by these last few years. I've flown through my 30s. Crazy. But yes, it is a big birthday. And I suppose it happens to us all, doesn't it? We all sort of hit these milestones. And you don't want to believe you're getting older, but you are. So there we go. 40, eh? Who would have thought it? It's not for a few days yet. I'm milking these last few days of my 30s as much as I can. Trying to. So, Carol says, don't have to be funny, but you're very easy to listen to and not annoying. Thank you very much, Carol. Take that as a big compliment. Might, with me getting older, I might, my voice might turn a bit more sour. Who knows? It won't. I'm joking. Let's see. Dave says, we are just 1 month apart from I turned 40 on the 4th of February. Ah, we're twinning then, Dave. That's cool. I won't ask how long that was, Catwoman Jones. I won't ask how long that was. Don't worry. I'm not asking a lady her age. That's not happening. So, all good. I've even got a birthday cake, haven't I, Nikki?
Yeah.
It's tradition in this house that if anyone has a birthday, yeah, if anyone has a birthday, they must have a cake. It is just the law in this house. You have to. And so when we were shopping earlier, I picked my birthday cake, and then Nikki went and got some candles. A big 4 and a big 0.
Fire brigade on standby.
Yeah, we don't have. There won't be 40 candles on the cake. It's a number 4 and a number 0. I'd much rather it be, the other way around, 04. That would make me feel a bit better. But I'm afraid the days of being 4 a long time ago. So yeah. Don't feel 40. I've got to say that. I don't feel 40. I don't even feel 30. It's like I said, I still feel like a teenager some days. Just haven't.
Like one and
Mrs. TVI saying that I act like a teenager some days. How very dare you?
I can't live with you.
You put up with me, don't you?
No.
Oh, there we go then. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh dear. Anyway, thanks for all the birthday wishes, guys. Obviously, I'm not quite there yet, but I will be in a few days.
By the time we get to the next full meeting, we'll return it.
Yeah, that's a point. Yeah, the next full meeting where we'll see all of you, I will be 40. The members meeting, not so.
You're gonna be old.
Yes, Hannah, I'm going to be old. I know. Oh dear. Alice, it's when you all of a sudden realise you're not far off your Sun Life over 50s plan. Oh, blimey. Thanks for filling me with confidence. Oh, dear. I don't know. Hannah's come down to feed the cat. Hey, Hannah, pass me the cat.
You want this cat?
Yeah, that cat, yeah.
This
Now.
cat?
Yeah, come on, because old fluffy butt.
The public wants to see her.
Yeah, people want to see the cat. Oh, the cat's going to fight me. There we go. There's the cat. Say hello, everybody. Hello. You are not impressed, are you? Just for the record, the cat doesn't like me.
Unless you're feeding her.
Yeah. I mean, if you got food, it's a different story. And, it might look like we're friends here, but trust me, we are not. We are not. This cat wants to murder me.
Murder mittens.
Yeah, these are murder mittens, aren't they, Angel? Look on face. Go on, you better go and get some food, or you're actually going to get angry at me, aren't you? Whoop. Oh.
I should be there.
Yes. Anyway, right, I think we're done for this week, guys. So thanks very much for turning up. As always, it's great to see so many of you in these things. It's always fun. It's become a nice thing on a Monday night, this, before I go off filming on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. So, yeah. Thanks very much for coming, and I'll see you guys next week if you're a member. If not, I'll see you in 2 weeks. See you later, people. Bye-bye.